You may have arms and legs, but unless you know three things. Number one, who are you and what your value is? Number two, what is your purpose here in life? And number three, what is your destiny when you're done here? If you don't know the answers of any of those three questions, you're more disabled than I. I love all people. I just want to make that the foundation. Love, 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 love. So, my parents were Christian. And I hated God. Hate's a strong word. I hated Him. So why did He give me less? What did I do to deserve that? These kids are picking on me at school. They deserve not to have no arms, no legs. Not me. So I read about this God. This God of love. Yeah, right. God has a plan. Yeah, right. God is not partial. No. So, it took me a journey. I asked Him why. Why was I born this way? And it was 7 years later, from age 8, telling my mum that I wanted to commit suicide. I was 15 years old actually, 7 years later, that I read a story in this book, the Bible. And there was a man who was born blind, and no one knew why he was born that way. And I'm like, bing, wow. Pretty similar to something I know of. Why? Well, he said so that the display of God and His power can be seen and displayed. And I didn't even read on. I didn't even read on at 15. I heard about miracles, and I didn't know where my miracle was. I'm not against miracles. I've actually seen blind people seeing, deaf people hearing, lame people walking. I've actually had a miracle in my back. I'll send you MRI scans if you wish. But I'm about to get a doctor's official report of an unexplainable healing in my spinal cord. It was hollowing. I was at 19. My orthopedic surgeon said he's going to have to put rods in my back by 35 years old, and I'll be bedridden for the rest of my life. And I didn't want to hear that, so I didn't want to hear anything about it. I had a hole at the top of my spine, about an inch or something, and a hole at the bottom of my spine. It was irreversible, incurable. And went to go back for an MRI scan because I started getting numbing of my nerves and my muscles because of the pinching of my spine of a 55-degree curve in my back, scoliosis. So I went back to the MRI scan, and guess what? The top hole's gone. The bottom hole has just got a little pinhole left, and I've got a pair of shoes in my closet just in case he says yes to me with the other things. And I'm not joking. Now, what happened was at 15, I said, you know what? If you had a plan for the blind man, then you got a plan for me. What that means, you give me arms and legs or not. I trust you. Because He saved me from something else. Much worse than having no arms, no legs, and that's the belief that Jesus did die for my sins. Then I don't have to die for mine. I will plead guilty of having other idols before me, misusing the Lord's name in vain, not keeping the Sabbath day holy, not honoring my parents, killing people. I'm a murderer by God's standard because I hate people. That's the Bible, what it says. So I've hated people. So I'm going to plead guilty to any one of those. So knowing now that I have been forgiven and I'm a work in progress, I'm not perfect, I'm a work in progress, but forgiven and have eternity. I'd rather have 90 years with no arms, no legs than to see little Daniel with no arms, no legs here on earth and come to heaven with his new body and say, Nick, thank you for being my older brother on earth. If it's only for the one soul, I'm thankful. So that is the truth in the closure and fullness of who I am. Every girl is a princess. And I believe that God becomes like your father and you're His daughter. Daughter to a king is a princess. So you're royalty. You were made for royalty. You are wearing a dress. You may just be in a wrong castle. Your value, your purpose, your destiny. Your purpose is to love and love. Destiny, that's for me. So that's my story with that. And everything else is more in full in my book coming out on the 26th of October, so I encourage you to get that too, right, Wes? It's going to be very good. And we're excited, but I want to thank you for the question. I want to thank you for your respect. I want to thank you, though, most of all, for your love. I feel it. I thank you for it. And it's just been wonderful here. I've personally been inspired. I've personally been blessed. So thank you, guys. And if you want to know more, just Google Nick Vujicic and you will find me. Love you guys. You're the man.